Hey beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. As always, I have a general reading for you. As it is a general reading, it may or may not resonate for you. But please bear in mind that Spirit will always guide you to a message that you need to hear exactly when you need to hear it. So just take what resonates and leave the rest. For the ease of channeling, I will use the pronouns he and she, but my readings are in no way gender specific. So if you need to change the pronouns to fit your situation, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so I've tried to do this reading a couple of times now, and something just does not want me to get it out because I keep fumbling over my words. If that happens again, I'm just going to keep going with it, okay? I'm not going to restart. So I received a channeled message and a channeled song from Spirit. The channeled song is Salt by Ava Max. I was given specific lyrics, but you might find that the whole song resonates with you, and that's okay. So the specific lyrics I've got, so I've got specific lyrics and then a little channeling on the message that came through with that. So I've got breaking news, and it's not about you. So there was a situationship, and it could be a romantic one, friends, family, where you were fed up with putting their needs first to keep the peace, and maybe had hopes that, you know, if you just kept going and pouring from your cup into them, that they would just wake up and realise that they were taking you for granted and that things would change. And that just it would prevent some sort of abuse. But you realise that wasn't going to happen, okay? You get to a point where you got to a point where enough was enough, and you had to put your self-love and your self-respect first. And that's what you realise, that your feelings, your needs and wants matter too. And if you're not going to respect them, no one else is going to respect them either. And I feel like you started to distance yourself from being around this person or this people, because it was getting too much, and they were just like bringing you down, and it feels like they were trying to stop you from doing whatever it is that you were supposed to be doing, saying that they had your best interests at heart, you know, kind of like faking support. Oh, I support you in this, that and the other, but not actually doing anything to show you they support you. And it was because they wanted to stop you from outgrowing them and doing better than them. Because your success triggered their insecurities, okay? And they wanted to stay stuck and stagnant. They wanted to do better without doing the work. And if you were doing the work and then, you know, succeeding as a result of that, it kind of just, it triggered them. It didn't sit well with them. So you were guided by Spirit to take a step back. And you may not have realised at the time, you may not have been consciously aware at the time why you were taking a step back, but you were just becoming, your frequencies, your vibrational frequency wasn't a match. And when you vibrate higher, those things that are vibrating lower and not rising up to meet you automatically just kind of like disappear. They kind of just fall away, okay? And I feel like that's what was happening, but I don't feel like the things and the people that were falling away realised what was happening. And I feel like they felt, my mouth's just got a really bitter taste in my mouth. I feel like this left a bitter taste in their mouth, okay? Because it's like they were trying to stop you, but somehow you were still succeeding. You were still doing better, okay? And this person or these people may have done something specific that pushed your hand, and you felt like you had no choice but to completely cut them off. You may have blocked them, or they may have blocked you on like social media or something. But I do feel like if there's a group of people, like it's both ways. Like you've blocked some of them and some of them have blocked you. But either way, it was divine intervention to stop them having access to your energy, even if they don't see it that way. Because what I'm picking up on is that somebody got salty, somebody got bitter about you distancing yourself, and it's almost like they blocked you before you could reject them. So they blocked you out of ego, you blocked them for peace, because I feel like there was some spying going on, some screenshots being sent, people on your social media spying, trying to gather information, okay? And I feel like you became aware of this and you just cut them off, okay? There may also have been something else that pushed your hand to cut them off. This may not have been, it could have been multiple things, because I'm seeing lots of different things. So it could be that it's something different for all of you, or it could be that there's no one thing that pushed your hand. It was just like there were multiple things. It was a long time coming, and then it was just like, right, that's it. I've had enough. You're disturbing my peace. I need to cut you off, because that's why you blocked them. It was to protect your peace. They blocked you to punish you, to reject you before you could reject them. And either way, it was spiritually guided to protect you, okay, to get them out of your energy. The next set of lyrics that I got was, I got my thigh highs on, feel like Wonder Woman. That's when you want all in, but I'm not your woman. You raised your vibration and you're being blessed. Whatever they did, where they tried to bring you down, has backfired on them, and now you're doing really, really well. They're trying to gain access to you. I can feel somebody plotting and planning and trying to work out when and how to come at you. They're waiting on some news or some information about you as an opening to come back in and reach out to you. Looking for an opportunity where they see that you're going to be vulnerable and that you might be more open to them. So they're waiting on an opportunity to, they want back in. For some of them, they want back in, but they're not going to come to you. They're going to try and get you to come to them, okay? But I do feel for a lot of you that you're going to have people reaching out to you, okay? Or it could be that they're trying to send other people in to test the waters, all right? So just be aware of them trying to go through a third party to test the waters with you, to see if you're open to communication with them, okay? But when they do come back in, what they want to do is sweep things under the rug, under the carpet, because they want to avoid accountability and just have a fresh start. But if you want a fresh start with someone, the past has to come up and be cleared before you can actually have the fresh start. Otherwise, you can have that fresh start, but the past is going to come back. It's going to be triggered because it's got to be healed. But I do feel like for some of them, they're going to come in and they're going to try and gaslight you by saying things didn't happen the way you experienced them, so they're not validating your experience with them. Or that they only behaved in a certain way because you did something. So either way, they're going to try and put it back on you. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I would really just use your discernment with this person or these group of people, okay? They may have, for some this feels like past energy, for some of you this does feel like present, future, but they may have tried showing up where you are, posting things or doing things to get a reaction from you, to make you jealous so that you went running back to them. Like I said, I think for some of them, they're trying to get you to go back to them because it will boost their ego if you're the one that goes running back. Because if they go back to you and they have to try and make things right with you, it's almost in their heads, they're taking accountability and admitting that they were in the wrong, and they can't. And in their minds, that's, they can't do that. That's impossible. They can't be wrong. I'm all out of salt. I'm not going to cry. Won't give you what you want because I look way too good tonight. Whatever it is that they're doing to try and get your attention is not working, and these people and this person and these people are not going to be allowed to ride your coattails anymore. Like, you're not going to be able to come in and save them, okay? So I do feel like by being around them, you were kind of saving them from their own karma. Like, you were on some level, you were like, it might not have felt like it. Maybe you were trying to help them. Maybe they made you believe that you were helping them, but actually they weren't going off and taking your advice. So you may be like, I'm hearing like a motivational support person. So you may have been like bigging them up, really motivating them to like do better, be a better person, and they need to do this, they could do this and that. Not that they have to take your advice. You're absolutely, like, no one has to take your advice, but I feel like they were there like, yes, you're totally right, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And actually, the whole time you're talking, they're sitting there going, yeah, there's no way I'm doing that. But they just wanted to keep you around. So they made it look like you were helping them, but actually they weren't even doing the work. So you were basically just giving them advice, and that for nothing. They just wanted you around. Because in you being around, they didn't have to do the work. They didn't have to do the work. You were doing the work for them. Okay? But they're not going to be allowed to do that to you anymore. You've closed this cycle with them, and they can feel it on an energetic level, but they're trying to open the cycle back up, okay, by pulling on your emotions. You kept pouring into this situationship, and they treated you like an option and used you for clout. You made them look good, and without you around, everyone is seeing them for who they really are, okay? So masks are slipping. When I'm about to celebrate, push my head into the cake, no more. Whenever something was going well for you, or there was some sort of achievement, they would literally shit on it, okay? They were like a Debbie Downer. They were making out that it was like fake support, like, yeah, I support you, oh, I'm so happy for you, but they really, really weren't. And I do feel like you could feel this. So they didn't, and they couldn't celebrate your wins, even if they appeared to be saying that they were, because they were secretly in competition with you. But you were in your own lane, and I feel like this could be something that was like the final nail in the coffin, so to speak, of your relationship with this person or these people, because they may have tried to sabotage or delay a big milestone in your life. And I do feel like it was a really huge milestone, like something like a wedding, a promotion, a birth, pregnancy. And as I was channeling that part of the message, Thunder by Imagine Dragons started playing, and I heard Steal Your Thunder. So there was something about, like, you had something going really well, and they'd come in with something, oh, they've got this going on. So, like, I don't know, maybe you announced your engagement or something, and then somebody was like, oh, I'm pregnant, trying to steal your thunder. It's like, there's a saying, I've got the elephant, and then someone else comes along and I've got the box to put it in. They always have to do one better than you to feel, because they feel like they need to be more successful than you. So like someone was trying to steal your thunder. They were so jealous that they tried to make it about them and take it away from you. yeah, that's, so they may have tried to steal your thunder in like, oh, we're engaged, oh well, we're having a baby, or it may have been that whatever it was, um, that was going on for you, it was about them, it was their celebration. It's, oh, you got that because of me, or they had to take it over in some way, okay? um, and they realise what they did, but they just won't admit it. They don't want to take responsibility for their actions. They definitely know exactly what they did wrong, okay? And they know that they are the reason that you two, or you group of people, you and this group of people are no longer talking. They know exactly what they've done. They just cannot swallow their pride and admit responsibility. They cannot. They don't like to be wrong. And I do feel like your silence, something about calling them out. Someone's going to be called out. If they haven't already, someone's going to be called out on it. Your tears have run dry, and now they're the ones left crying. That could be literally or figuratively. Somehow they're still making all of this about them and how they're the victim, okay? You've moved on from them and are happy, healthy and abundant without them, and it's left them feeling salty and wanting back in your energy because they want to siphon that, and they want your blessings. They want what is yours by birthright, okay? And they can't take it. It doesn't matter what they do, how they go about it, whatever it is. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. They're not going to stop it, okay? And I do feel that that is potentially what they're a little bit salty about, is that they tried to stop it and they couldn't. It doesn't matter what they do, how they come at you, you're still coming out on top, and yeah, they're not happy about that. So we're going to pull some cards and see if there's anything else about this situation that we need to know. And then we're going to get some advice and guidance about how to move forward, what you need to do about this situation, because I do feel like there is some sort of confrontation coming. I feel like there is some sort of confrontation, like something's coming to a head. So we have, look at the bigger picture, it's time to take action. And that's what I feel like you were doing. You were looking at this person with, oh, they've got so much potential. That's quite a lot of fire energy as well. We've got Sagittarius, full moon in Sagittarius and new moon in Aries. And that fire energy is it could be the confrontation, okay? Aries, the star sign Aries, are known for being really fiery specifically. So you could be dealing with an Aries, or it could be you're an Aries. It could just also be about your passions. Being drawn to the arrow. And I'm seeing the bow and arrow, I'm seeing it being pulled back and springing forward. So it may be that, okay, so for a little while, this person was able, in their heads, to successfully pull you down, successfully delay whatever it is that was going on. So there was some sort of delay, something that came in. They think that they're responsible for the delay, but actually it was spiritually intervention, divine intervention, spirit. So for a little while, they were able to bring you down. They were able to not completely break you down, but just enough to make them feel like they were coming out on top, that they had control. And this was allowed by Spirit. Spirit allowed this for a time because they wanted to see what these people, this person and this group of people would do with that energy. I'm seeing an energy swap. So this is like a destiny swap. I'm seeing a successful like destiny swap, and I know there's a big thing about people saying you can't destiny swap. But I'm actually seeing a successful energy exchange, a destiny swap, where for a time you were in a like a, I don't want to say you were in a victim mentality, because you weren't, because you naturally vibrate higher anyway. But this person, there was a situation where you were vulnerable, so you may have been going through something like some sort of health issue which came out of nowhere, that may have been unexplained. There may be no medical reason for you to have that illness. It could have been as a result of this destiny swap, okay? An unexplained illness. I feel like that, but something was in a state of, there was something, it may have been information about you, something to do with, I'm picking up on health. But somebody using that to their advantage to plant seeds of doubt. As a way to like manipulate and control you. And it may have worked for a time, but what this person underestimated was your ability to see the bigger picture and take action with regards to that. So you may be a healer, a curse breaker, generational curse breaker, all of that, and you can see, they underestimated that I can see patterns. So you can see the pattern, you can see what's going on under the surface, and instead of focusing on what they were doing, you focused on why you were, like what you had to do to get out of this state. So they underestimated your ability to transform and transmute. What they underestimated was your ability to transform through the darkness. You may be a shadow worker, okay? You might be a light worker, but you might also be a shadow worker. You know how to use the energies to, I want to say to your advantage, but you don't use them against people, okay? So you're somebody who uses the energy to transmute and transcend and heal the lower vibrational energies into higher vibrational energies, because you know that's what's going to benefit everybody. That it's not just going to benefit you. You're going to come out and your vibration's going to be higher and you're going to be stronger, but then that's going to go out into the universe and you're going to set off like a domino effect. They underestimated your ability. They didn't realise. They knew you had an ability to do it. They just didn't realise how advanced you were, because you're not somebody who goes around bragging about it. You do it, you do it consciously, but you're not in your ego about it. You don't need to brag about who you are and what you can do. You just do it because that's who you are. You don't do it expecting anything in return. You do things because you're a good person. And this is what this person underestimated, and they tried to destiny swap with you, and it was successful for a time. They were in a state of abundance. They were doing really, really well whilst you were going through this period of time. And God, source, universe, creation, whoever you want to believe in, allowed it to see how this person or these other people manipulated that energy, whether they were going to use it for good or whether they were going to use it in a greedy way, okay? And I do feel like they kind of got greedy and they took it for granted, and they took it too far, and that's when spirit came in and just went, yeah, no. The spirit came in with and stopped it. They cut your energy off, because it's the thing with a destiny swap, is, or trying to swap energies. It's not so much of like swapping purpose, because your purpose is always going to be your purpose, because your purpose is for you, but it's more about the energy. That's what I'm being shown, okay? Others may disagree, and that's absolutely fine, but what I'm being shown is the energy, and I'm seeing it cycling, and as it's cycling, it's going into them and it's going back round. So you're pouring into them, but you're getting their energy in return. So it's not so much a destiny swap as such, it's just an energy exchange. But what happens is if you take on too much negative energy and you're not clearing that energy, eventually that energy that's coming up, that you're receiving, whether it's good or bad, is going to like fill you up, and then you're going to start sending that back out, okay? And that's what I'm getting with this song. With you then, because you were taking on so much negative energy from this person and cycling it up and out, and it was eventually, it will be okay for a time, you'll be able to transmute it, but you have to keep your energy clear. But what I feel like this person was doing some sort of spell work or something to siphon more of your energy. So you may have gone through a period of time where you were like drained, just constantly drained, constantly tired. All you were doing was sleeping. And it's because this person was like siphoning your energy whilst you were sleeping. I do feel like for some of you, you were cleansing and clearing your energy regularly, grounding, doing all your spiritual practice, and you couldn't work out why you were still tired whilst you were still drained, why you had no motivation, no energy, nothing to fulfill your purpose, to carry out what you were supposed to be doing. And it's because this person did some sort of spell work and put some sort of block to stop that from happening, because they didn't want it. They wanted it for themselves. But the thing is, what I'm trying to get to is, they can take your energy, but because they're not naturally vibrating higher, they're not doing the work, that energy then becomes tainted in a way, and they're still going to be in the same place that they're in. So they need your energy. They need to siphon your energy again to put them back in that higher state of being. The whole time it is your energy. They're not, and that's what I'm seeing is like for some sort of time, maybe you went into hermit mode, you disconnected yourself, because spirit put you in a state of rest, ready to push you further forward. Because the further you go back, the further forward you go, okay? The further that arrow is pulled back, the further forward it's likely to go. But where these people were concerned, because it wasn't their energy, it wasn't their vibration, the arrow's gone, but it's stopped because it didn't go back far enough. It's only gone so far because they haven't continued to do the work, haven't continued to raise their vibration. Therefore, it's only going to go so far before it, because they're not a vibrational match to it, it's going to filter out of their energy. So it's backfiring on them. So if these people want to go out there and try doing destiny swaps, try doing energy exchanges and all that, let them, because when they're doing that, they're not going to get anywhere. It's just going to propel you further forward. But Spirit is saying it's now time for you to take action with regards to whatever it is. You've been in a period of rest and you are about to move forward. And I do feel like with this person, you did take some form of action to take your power back. Okay? And I feel like they are really angry. If you're resonating with this message, you might resonate with the message that I did yesterday about someone refusing to let go and spirit calling time, okay? Because this feels like similar energies. I wouldn't say exactly the same necessarily, but I did mention in that video that I was supposed to be doing this video, and Spirit said no, do this one, because somebody was angry about something, and that's what I'm feeling. This energy, somebody is getting to the point, I feel like there could be some sort of confrontation. Somebody wants to fight with you, and I feel like it's because if you're fighting with them, if you're arguing with them, they're getting a reaction from you all the time. You're giving them none of your energy. You're not giving them any reaction, whether it be good or bad. They can't siphon your energy, okay? They can't drain your energy. They want your attention. Yeah, be bold and make the first move. So I do feel like this is about you taking your energy back. You stepped up for yourself. You took your energy back. You may have worked out what was going on and taken your energy back. You were like, I feel like you were, like what I was saying was that in that channeled message about how you were filling their cup, doing this, that and the other just to keep the peace, but it was creating a lack of peace within you, and you were like, do you know what, I need to put boundaries in place, because this card is giving boundaries to me. But this is also about boundaries with yourself with regards to, it's now time to, whatever it is that this person tried to stop or delay, it's time to get back into that, okay? It's time to do what's right for you. What do you need to release? This person needs to let go, for sure. But what do you need to let go of? Because I do feel like, see, this all feels quite fiery to me. I feel like for some of you, there's a fear of being seen, a fear of failure, a fear of success. All I'm hearing from Spirit is no more hiding. It's no more hiding in the shadows. Get out, be seen, because when you're out and you're being seen, yes, you might get people that are going to come and like attack you and things like that. But it's because they're scared that you're going to reveal something. It may, for some of you, I feel like your story needs to be heard. I feel like for some of you, it's been a long time coming. You've kept quiet about something that this person or this group of people have done for a long time. And it might only be for a year, 2 years, or it might be 10 years. But it's time to speak your truth. It's time to tell your story in whatever way that resonates with you, okay? If you need to write a book, write a book. If you need to set up a YouTube channel, set up a YouTube channel. But when you talk about your story and you tell people what's happened to you and you use that, you're using that to help other people. You don't always know that when you're speaking and you're telling someone what you've been through, and that person, you may give that person a message of hope that they just need to hear. Okay? But I feel like there's something about getting out there, telling your story. Because I'm hearing Emily Sanders read all about it. And like, someone's trying to stop you telling your story. Someone is trying to stop you telling your side of the story. Now, you don't need to go around gossiping and telling everyone this, that, and the other. You don't need to defend yourself, okay? The truth will out. But somebody, either you need to tell your story in the form of a story, like literally a storybook. I'm seeing a book, somebody writing a book. Journaling, maybe you need to journal. But I also feel like there could be someone coming towards you to hear your side of the story. because something about this other person or this group of people, if it hasn't already, it's about to be exposed. Someone's lies are about to be exposed. We have the Four of Wands. So that could be 1111. Because with the Four of Wands, it's 1111. The Four of Wands can also represent a milestone in your life, and it could be so what I'm picking up on with back to this milestone is you realised that actually, so they tried to delay it, they tried to put in your head that maybe you weren't deserving of it, okay? They didn't believe that you deserved whatever this was, whether it be a promotion, whether it be marriage, engagement, whatever it was. They didn't deem you worthy, okay? That's not up to them to decide. And I think for a time they got into your head and you believed them. You believed that you weren't worthy and that you didn't do anything to deserve whatever this milestone was, whether it was a pregnancy, an engagement, a wedding, job, promotion, whatever it was. They deemed you not worthy, and it's because what you were doing was triggering their insecurities within them about how they don't feel worthy, okay? But they tried to put you in a victim mentality, and it may have worked for a time, but you got to a point where something this person did or said, or something was said to you, and you suddenly realised, well, hold on a minute, I've done the work, I've done this, I've done that, I've done myself, I've brought myself into alignment, whatever it is, I've brought myself into alignment, I'm in alignment. If this wasn't, it's like there was some sort of realisation that if it wasn't meant for you, it wouldn't be happening. You were in alignment with it, and you got yourself out of, I don't want to say you were in a victim mentality, to a level, yes, but a true victim mentality, you can have victim mentality where you see it, and I feel like this is what you were looking at. It's like, why am I, like, I've done the work, what is going on? Why do I not feel worthy? And instead of just sitting there in this mentality, you pulled yourself out of the darkness. You didn't feel sorry for yourself. You got up, you took responsibility, you took your power back, and because you are somebody who, you know, you're kind of like a free spirit, you freed yourself. You're a free spirit, and I do feel like these people tried to take something from you. It could be about money. It doesn't have to be. I'm seeing the Ace of Pentacles with a hand going like that, so it could be something, a blessing, something that was being gifted to you by the divine because you were in alignment with it. These people, this person or these people were trying to sabotage, and they may have to some degree, but ultimately it didn't work, okay, because you freed yourself from this mentality. Can you see she's got the key sat there and the lock, she's got the key the whole time, and it was something like you were, and I think to a certain degree you were kind of in a victim mentality, but someone who does shadow / light work, because effectively it's the same sort of thing, is going to recognize the victim mentality, but at the same time, so you recognize the negativity, the low vibrational energies, and then you transmute them into something more positive. Okay, you also recognize that if you're going through a period of victim mentality, I'm gonna use that to explain what I mean, and you're in this dark, this void, it's because you're going through some sort of healing, something's coming up to be healed, so you've got to go through that before you can move on to the next stage. But this is what these people didn't understand. These people are in what I class as a true victim mentality, where they don't want to do the work to pull themselves out of that. They would rather just sit here playing victim, making out whether it's kind of like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. But you pulled yourself out of it. You pulled yourself out of this energy. It's like these people want someone to come in and wave a magic wand for them and fix it all, because that's the easy route. That's the easy thing to do. Whereas you are willing to put the work in and do what needs to be done, because it's all well and good someone coming in and waving a magic wand. That's great. But then it hasn't been built on a firm foundation, and it may take you longer to get to a certain place than others, but you have built the firm foundation. And these people came in, these people came in trying to shake. I'm like seeing a tree swaying, trying to shake like the leaves off your branches, because leaves, like a green leaves on a tree, abundance. Tried to shake the tree. Some of the leaves fell off, but they couldn't shake them all off. Why? Because your roots run deep. You have a firm foundation. You are so tapped into spirit. You are so tapped into who you are that, yes, for a small period of time, you may have forgotten, but spirit wasn't going to let that go too far. But what these people did was like kick you whilst you were down, and they tried to take something from you that was a gift from the divine. I'm hearing won the battle, but they haven't won the war. They thought they had control of the situation and they had you right where they wanted you, and now they're salty because you're coming out on top and you're more successful, more healthy, you're looking better, you've had a complete glow up, and they can't handle it because they don't know how. Their spells are backfiring and they are in this victim mentality, and they have the choice to take action, but they're not taking it. On the bottom of the deck, 8 of Pentacles, you did the work, you go through cycles, you understand, you are so in tune with yourself because you are so connected to your spiritual self that you know your own cycles. They may also have tried to, if you are female, they may actually have tried to tamper with your menstrual cycles, okay, to create fertility issues. That's going to resonate for some of you, not all of you. Let's get another card on this Four of Wands, please. Okay, 2. Yeah. They tried to plant seeds to burden you. So this is over your success. So this is what I'm saying. It's like something was really good for you and it was like, oh, I really support you. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Okay, but you're not showing me. And then they'd come and put in, but I don't think this is a good idea. Or, excuse me, no, you shouldn't be doing that. Or, I'm going to give you an example from my own life, okay? I took a break from tarot and from recording on the channel because I was told by a friend that I shouldn't be doing tarot, and at that time I was still needing outside validation from others that I was on the right path, and she was able to get into my head. And then in the same breath, she would sit there going, oh yeah, I can't wait for you to get you, to do this and that, because I want to work for you. I want you to teach me how to do tarot. So I'm getting that, and I'm getting that kind of vibe that somebody was doing something similar to you. Oh, I'm going to help you do this, that, and the other, so that you can be really successful, and they're not actually doing anything. That's the vibe I'm getting. Right, so like, they appear on the surface to be all like, and they're in front of others like, oh, I really support you. I've done nothing but support you in this and that. But behind closed doors, they're kind of like planting seeds of doubt. To create this imbalance. So like, you kind of didn't know whether you were coming or going with them. Like, they were hot and cold with you. Let's clarify this Five of Pentacles. Nine of Wands. I feel like you really had to put boundaries in place with this person. You had to take back. You got to a point where you had to do what was right for you. You were damned if you do, damned if you didn't, and you had to do what was right for you. But I do feel like it was really hard for you to do this. But this person is now acting like the victim, like they're the ones being punished, and that that you've done wrong by them, but they're not telling people. People are starting to question, okay? This person's going around saying that you've done wrong by them, and I feel like people are saying to them, but how? How have they actually done wrong by you? What have they done? And this person's either brushing it off and going, they've betrayed me, they've just done this, they've done that, or they're making up stories of what you've done to them, but actually what they're doing is revealing what they've done to you and why you've walked away, and something isn't adding up now. People are starting to realise that this isn't adding up, because they're like, well, if this person's done this to you and they've done that to you, why are you so bothered? Walk away. Why is and they're like, well, if they're the ones doing this to you, why have they walked away from you? They're trying to make out that like they're the wounded soldier, so to speak. Okay. Tell me about the Page of Pentacles, please, Spirit. Why is this Page of Pentacles here? Clarity. I'm telling you, you had something came in, something switched with inside you. There was a situation, something that this person was doing. So while they were trying to like bring you down, it activated you. So they were trying to bring you down, and Spirit let them, because actually it activated. It was kind of like, I want to say like the final stage of you not people pleasing. Okay? That's the only way I can think to put that right now. Is like, you were a people pleaser. You were still in people pleasing energy, and whilst you were putting in boundaries with others and carrying them out, you weren't doing it with this person or these people for whatever reason, and it got to a point where Spirit had to allow them to come in and bully you, to wake you up, to like, it's not that you were asleep, because once you wake, you've already gone through some sort of an awakening, but you kind of weren't fully awake, and this activated like your final awakening, and now you kind of like, it's like, I'm just feeling like this cold energy where now you're just like, I don't care who you are, I don't care what you've done, I am cutting you off. If you are going to I'm going to pour my cup into you. If I'm not getting back, if this is not a balanced relationship, we're done. I'm not wasting my time anymore. You're focusing on the people that actually care about you, want to be in your life, that are genuinely supportive of you, and you're not worrying out. You're out here doing your own thing, focused on, and again, I'm seeing 4 wands, so 11, making sure that you're in alignment with where you're supposed to be. You're finally, like, you're not cold-hearted, you're not emotionless. You've just gained a new level of maturity over your emotions. You're not allowing other people to play with your emotions. You're understanding that if someone starts to try and play with your emotions and emotionally manipulate you, you're going to cut that off. You're going to put a stop to it. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to cut them off at all or completely. It just means that you're going to nip it in the bud real quick. You're teaching people now how to treat you. Okay? There's no more people pleasing. Clarify the Knight of Wands, please. Like, you've completely made peace with every aspect of who you are. There is nothing that anyone can hold over your head anymore because you've made peace with it. Queen of Pentacles. You are the Queen of Pentacles. You are in your abundance era. You are thriving. Because in cutting this person off, this is what was blocking your abundance, okay? But you had some sort of clarity around this. Like I said, something like you were feeling like you didn't deserve whatever this good thing was for you, this blessing that Spirit were offering you. You, like, Spirit, this was something that you manifested over a long period of time. It may not appear like that to others, but you manifested it. And because and you finally came into alignment with it, Spirit were going, here you go, and you're going, oh, I'm not deserving of it. Because these people were planting seeds that you weren't worthy. And then it got to a point where you realised, hold on, I manifested this, I've done the work. You went within, and that is what they underestimated. It put you on, it like set off another awakening, another activation. It activated you and your abundance, and you were like, do you know what, I do deserve this, thank you very much, I'm going to take this from the universe. And you're now, like, not that you weren't anyway, but you're living in a state of gratitude, abundance. You're so grateful to this person or these people, whoever this is, this situationship, for what went on, because it's pushed you into being a better person. Because when something goes on, we always have a choice of, you know, what are we going to do about it? Are we going to sit and wallow? Or are we going to make the best of a bad situation? And that's what you did. You made the best of a bad situation, and now this person is sitting and wallowing because it's backfired on them. On the bottom of the deck's Page of Cups, this person owes you an apology, but you have released. They're not going to. I just don't feel like you're going to get an apology, and I don't feel like you want that apology now. It doesn't feel... it feels like you've released the need for an apology. You know that you did nothing wrong, and you've made peace with the fact that you know you've done nothing wrong, so you don't need an apology from these people now. Does that mean that they shouldn't apologise? No. I truly believe that if you've done something, you should apologise for it. But if this person comes to you and apologises, that's them kind of admitting that they did wrong by you, and there's an energy of, oh, I can't be doing that. They can't apologise to you. You're realising with the Page of Cups as well, it's like your dreams are coming true. This is your manifestations coming true. Like you're leveling up. You're up here focused on your blessings, focused on your path. You don't need this apology. You've already got your closure, okay? Because you're okay with knowing that you know who you are, what you stand for, and that you did nothing wrong. And in kind of disconnecting from that energy as well, and completely disconnecting from this person, you've activated some sort of karma for them, because I do feel like they are going to be exposed. So we're going to get some cards now. Some messages or advice from Spirit, please, with regards to moving forward with our next steps. Can you see how peaceful this Queen of Pentacles is? And as I say that, the happy sleep pillow comes out. I sleep well and have good dreams. Yeah, you're good. You're good. This person, she's surrounded by lavender though. I'm sure that's lavender. So I do feel like this person might be trying to, or has in the past, attacked your crown chakra whilst you've been sleeping. So you may have had a lot of dreams about this person, or you may have had a lot of nightmares in the past, and it's because this person was attacking your crown chakra, okay? So make sure that when you go to bed at night, that you are placing some protection around your crown chakra. I would place some protection around the third eye as well. Lavender is very good for protecting from lower vibrational energies. I always link lavender and amethyst together, so you might want to get yourself some amethyst. But I feel like you're really in a state of peace now. And like this person's out here like losing sleep. Because like I say, everything that they tried to do to you is coming back on them. All their spells, everything, it's backfiring on them. So they're now in a state of, and they don't, for spells, you don't actively have to be doing spell work. It could just be through negative gossip. Wishing ill on someone. If enough people are all talking negatively about something, you're going to send energy, that negative energy, to that person or that situation, okay? And it's like spell work. That's why it's called spelling, okay? Because words carry energy. So be mindful of your words. I would also recommend some affirmations just to maintain a positive mindset, because it might be lately that you're, with your energy, this person's trying to pull on your energy, pulling on your heartstrings, trying to find some sort of way to use something to come to get to you. So you might be I can't explain what I'm trying to say. The words aren't coming out. Just make sure that you're maintaining your spiritual hygiene, okay? And if you have, that's the word, thank you, Spirit, intrusive thoughts. You may be having intrusive thoughts. You may be having thoughts out of nowhere. This person suddenly pops into your head. They may be popping into your dreams, okay? It's because they're trying to get back into your energy field. And maybe when you're asleep, they feel like you're vulnerable. When we're sleeping, we are more open to psychic attacks. So just make sure that you're protecting your energy, specifically your crown and your third eye, whilst you're sleeping, okay? Maybe get some lavender, place some lavender in your room. Bake magic cookies. I can give good things to myself and others. That's linking in with the Page of Pentacles for me. Spirit, like you're in that energy, you're attracting good things because you've been giving out good things, you've been doing it for the right reason, you're on your dharmic path. I would also, this keeps coming up for me as well, avoid eating, if you are interacting with this person, or this person does come back in, avoid eating anything they give to you. I'm not going to tell you not to. Use your discernment but they could be trying to slip something into food or drink. Okay, so just be careful and be mindful. Ironically enough, before I came on to do this reading, I was having a drink, and in my mind's eye I was shown somebody giving me a jello shot. I don't really, I've only ever had one jello shot, and it was like about 2 years ago now, or coming up for 2 years, and I've never had one since. But they were showing me that there was something in this jello shot. Now there may not have been, I'm not saying there was, but I think it could be that they were showing me that because somebody's trying to give you something in food or drink that has something in it to, like, so they can attach to your energy. So just be mindful, okay? Really use your discernment. Okay, I'm going to get one more card. No, I'm not going to get two more cards. Happy magic for pets. Animals are my friends. I am kind and loving to them. You may have, this to me feels like a spirit animal. So you may have specifically dogs that have passed over that are now protecting you, okay? But you've got some sort of form of spirit animal. There's also with dogs, it's loyalty, isn't it? Shield, I didn't even read that. Shield of crystals, I am loved and protected. So squirrels are a sign of abundance. So if you're seeing squirrels, pay attention to that. Dogs are a sign of loyalty. So what I'm hearing is from spirit is that your abundance is protected. You've been loyal to spirit. You've been loyal to your journey, and now you're going to be blessed as a result of that. You're very highly thought of in spirit, and yeah, again, I'm seeing the purple with amethyst. Maybe get yourself some amethyst if you haven't got already. Carry some amethyst on you. Maybe place some under your pillow while you're sleeping to protect your crown and your third eye while you're sleeping. But there's also a sense of, I feel like soul family coming in for you. It could be that soul family in spirit are protecting you as well, okay? But this could be about a passed over pet. It doesn't have to be a dog. There's just a dog on the card. Specifically, but some sort of pet. But it was a pet that was very loyal or had a lot of loyalty towards you is coming back in spirit to protect you now, okay? On the bottom of the deck, we have freeze it. I freeze what I no longer want. Yeah, you're just ruthlessly cutting out now what's no longer serving you, unfortunately, for these people. I need to put that back in the box. For this people, unfortunately for this person or these people, unfortunately for them, you are ruthlessly cutting out, which is, they didn't expect you to stand. You're standing on business. Oh, okay. You're standing on business, and yeah, they didn't expect you to follow through. They underestimated your ability to follow through. You said you were gonna. I feel like there was warnings, like step up or step out, basically. And I feel like you tried to warn them, and they were just like, yeah, all right, that's not going to happen. And you just went, okay, enough is enough. I'm not putting up with this anymore. And you walked away. So affirmations are positive statements that help to maintain a positive mindset. And this one fell out while I was still talking, and it says, today everything is unfolding perfectly according to a greater plan. You are having trust and faith, and you had trust and faith throughout this whole situation. And you just know that whatever's happening is for your highest and greatest good, and that's all you need to know, okay? Nothing is impossible for the heart. Love will always find a way. Absolutely, you choose love, and if that means that you have to go through something that's not that great, then again, you know it's for your highest and greatest good, okay? I'm going to get one more. I have confidence in myself. I am ready for everything that life offers me. Yeah, you, Spirit is saying, like, you proved your loyalty to yourself, your wants, your needs, your desires, and in doing that, you proved yourself to the universe, that you were willing to do what it takes to bring yourself into alignment, to fight what is your birthright, okay? And that's a happy, peaceful life. And does that mean that it was easy? No, absolutely not. But sometimes you have to take the road less travelled, and it's not going to be easy, okay? But what you're doing in doing that is so you've taken the path while it's all overgrown. You've gone through it, and now you're clearing that path and making it easier for others. And ultimately, that's what you came here to do, and you're stepping into that. And Spirit are very proud of you. Your ancestors are proud of you. And as a result of that, you are unlocking your abundance. It can only be blocked for so long. What is meant for you is truly meant for you, and it will come exactly as and when you need it, okay? On the bottom of the deck, we have life doesn't have to be perfect in order for me to choose happiness today. I choose happiness. Absolutely that. You understand that nothing in life is perfect. It is what it is. You're going with the flow. Definitely check out my other reading if you're resonating with this, because I feel like that might have some more information in there that you need, because I talked in that about going with the flow. It was very, very similar energy. But yeah, you're on the right path. Just keep doing you. Don't respond. I mean, if you want to respond, it might get to a point with these people where you have no choice but to respond to them, but just make sure that you are responding and not reacting. And I just feel like whatever needs to be said in that moment, Spirit are going to give you the words to be said, okay? It's going to be something that shuts these people down. It might not come direct from you. It might come via someone else, because I feel like there's somebody else that might be coming in. And I said that, I'm sure I said that in my last reading. Someone coming in to help serve these people their karma. Someone's getting called out for something, okay? For something they did to you, or something. It's for something that they did to you, but it's either you call, and it could be a bit of both depending on your situation. Either you're calling them out for what they did to you, or someone is coming in to defend you, okay? That has come up in previous readings as well. Someone coming in to defend you because what these people did. Just in 111 on the clock. Someone's coming in to defend you. It feels masculine. But it might not be. It may be a female with masculine energy, okay? Because I'm seeing someone, like, not feminine in nature, but someone, like, trim. Take that as it resonates, but I'm definitely feeling masculine. So it could just be, it could be someone like a mother figure who's coming in to defend her child, or something like that, okay? Or a father figure. Something, either way, it doesn't matter. It's just somebody who values truth and honesty, and somebody that stands up for what is right in the world. And if they see, whether they like somebody or not, they don't agree with bullying, that kind of energy. So I'm going to leave that with you guys. You may know who that person is, you may not. It could be someone from your past, it could be someone new. I'm going to leave it there. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. Namaste.